All right, just a little bass video. We're going to use the Mark Holcomb Signature Series camera guitar. Sorry for the mess on the floor there, but my shorts. Got my shorts here because it went from 32 degrees the other day to like 15 degrees today. Yeah. For metal, do you have to use a pick? I think so. Not always, but I'm going to play something, and you guys can. I don't have the amp hooked up right now, but I don't have an amp anyway, a proper bass amp to really get the articulation here. But you can still hear it acoustically. Excuse me, to kind of figure out what's going on. So I'm going to play you a little bit of a song I call The Running. I'm still in the recording phase of it and stuff like that, and trying to figure out exactly what the best chord arrangements are going to be. And I'm going to play a little bit with the fingers, and I'm going to play a little bit with the pick. And I want you to imagine the 7-string or the 8-string guitar behind this and why you would need the pick for that clarity. So fingers, yeah, Jack will use fingers. Everybody's got to use fingers. Well, Jack didn't play metal, right? Yeah, the picks I'm using are, bass players are going to probably freak out when they see this, are the Jazz 2s. Yes, I will go up to the Jazz 5s as well. These things are like, you probably could even see the thickness from there. These are very, very thick. And I'll use that. But I also got a floppy pick just to show you some of the differences. So this song is called The Running. And I'll start it with fingers first. So you get an idea. It's a pretty cool bass line right there. Now let's do it with a floppy pick first. Definitely brings a little bit more thunder to it. Eh? Now let's stiffen up that pick. I'll go with the Jazz 5 pick just to, I haven't tried it with it yet. So I usually use that Jazz 2 pick, but now imagine that going through a 10,000 watt PA with 7-string guitars and a double bass drum, beating the crap out of the double bass drum on that. How much thunder does that bring? So the thicker pick, yeah, and that's the opening riff for that, and that will go along with the guitar. So I could play that, but if I have to play that along with the 7-string guitar, and I'll show you in a minute. So those are the two different sounds you're going to get between the pick. You get a lot more dynamic with the fingers on that part, but as soon as you start getting into the thunder of it, because that bass will be playing along with this thing, right? So So that's going to be heavily distorted. That's just standard tuning. Now, you heard the 7-string sound pretty good, right? Now imagine this behind it. It's an elephant stampede with a bear riding a shark with a machine gun during Thor's thunderstorm. You're probably already shaking your head to it going like this, right? That's a great riff. It works together. and you got the articulation with the pick to accent the guitar, to make the guitar, the 7-string guitar, sound heavier. So when you get to hear the tune for the first time, it's not going to be what do you call it? The drums are not going to be. I don't have a drum kit, so the drums are just going to be ongoing. So you're not going to get the full effect of version 1 of that song. And that song, the running part 1, there's going to be 3 parts to it. So yeah, heavy metal. If you want to make that 7-string guitar really sound super, super heavy, or the 8-string guitar, which already sound heavy to begin with. Again, standard tuning. With the pick, you get that aggression, you get that little extra bite, a little extra attack. I like the stiffer picks because I get the little bit more clarity. But, you know, you go with whatever pick you like. I don't like the floppy picks as much, it seems, for the picking. However, it's a lot more intense to pick with a heavy pick like that. I'll talk about how I'm doing it so that I'm not tiring myself out so fast, because that is a fun riff, but it is very labor intensive riff for the bass, but the thunder it brings. Yeah, there we go.